This week, America celebrated the 4th of July with the traditional fireworks. And of course, a few customary unplanned explosions, like this one in Missouri. Or this garage fire in Ohio.
Downtown Omaha, firefighters find fireworks going off inside that house.
Gosh.
Yeah, a neighbor gave us this video at 10th and Hickory tonight.
But we marked my new favourite tradition, the marching of the presidential candidates in electorally important states. 6 presidential candidates marched in Merrimack, New Hampshire, Ron DeSantis leading the way.
Each generation's got to step up and be a custodian of freedom. I think right now is our generation's time to do that, because I think freedom's been under assault in this country. Yes, by the Biden and by the bureaucracy, but also with corporate America, the education system, all of these things.
Mike Pence took a different, but not all that different approach going to Iowa, and Donald Trump shared some, you might say, provocative posts on Truth Social.
This is the final battle. With you at my side, we will demolish the deep state. We will expel the warmongers from our government. We will drive out the globalists. We will cast out the communists, Marxists, and fascists. We will throw off the sick political class that hates our country. We will rout the fake news media, and we will liberate America from these villains once and for all.
Meanwhile, over at the White House, Joe Biden made it a family affair, inviting his under siege son Hunter to watch the fireworks. Hosting military families, the president struck a more optimistic tone than he did when he was asked about the review into the American withdrawal, I should say, from Afghanistan. He was asked about it last Friday.
There was mistakes during the withdrawal and before?
No, all the evidence is coming back there. Remember what I said about Afghanistan? I said Al-Qaeda would not be there. I said it wouldn't be there. I said we'd get help from the Taliban. What's happening now? What's going on? Read your press. I was right. Thanks.
You may recall the Taliban wasn't part of the president's plan, and we were promised the Afghan government would hold. It's not a laughing matter. 13 servicemen died when they didn't, but there's still plenty of discussion being had around it, even if the White House does want to ignore it. The real White House party, though, is apparently happening in the West Wing, where Secret Service agents discovered cocaine.
Where this was discovered is a heavily traveled area where many White House, West Wing, I should be even more specific, West Wing visitors come through this particular area. I just don't have anything more to share. It is under investigation by the Secret Service. This is in their purview, and so we're going to allow certainly the investigation to continue, and we have confidence that the Secret Service will get to the bottom of this.
Now, one last one before we get to our first interview. You may not have taken much notice of the Barbie movie's publicity blitz. It's a $100 million blockbuster, and it's coming to screens right around the world.
When my heart breaks,
some things have been happening that might be related.
when my world shakes,
Cold shower, falling off my roof, and my heels are on the ground.
But one place you won't be seeing the movie is in Vietnam. The country's decided to ban it because censors there noticed a map shows the controversial 9-dash line in the South China Sea. This line is made up by China, which has never accepted the International Maritime Tribunal's ruling that it's illegal. They don't own it. So here's why this matters. These little details aren't mistakes. The Chinese government deliberately limits access for American movies that are allowed to be broadcast in China. They allow a maximum of 34 each year, and they're only allowed to be distributed through 2 state-owned companies. Deadline reports only 15 American films were actually allowed into that market last year. So when movie producers let details like that slip in, remember this, those are wins for the Chinese government. Hollywood production companies know this. They'll do anything to get into that market that last year boasted $4 billion in ticket sales.